Hey, it's Dave coming at you with a quick video talking about permaculture, or I guess as some people call it, food forests in your property, on your area. Something you don't not quite as labor intensive, hopefully, and which would provide food for your family year after year yourself. And I keep looking off to the right here because I'm getting ready to show you what I'm going to show you. I did a video on these. There, turn you around. These are my fig bushes. These are both brown turkey figs. They are 8 or 9 years old probably now. I trim them back every year. I've got 2 of them. I did have 3 and 1 died in like the first year or so. And I never replanted. I love figs. I grow them every year, and I can generally get about 20 pounds of figs or so. I cut these back. I've read a lot about it because I never had a fig tree or a fig bush or whatever you want to call it. I've heard it both. I cut it back every year pretty tight. I'm going to show you. Late winter. Okay. See that right there? That's the old Deadwood. There's the cut I made. It was right above a bud. This has grown since late February. Yeah, it was about I'm 6 feet tall. That was roughly at my waist where I cut it, and it is now over my head. And as you can see, a stem that's easily even this high up, to about as big around as my finger. Lots of buds. Let me see if I can find one for you here. There you go. There's a fig growing. That fig will do fine. There's another couple. And it's just exploding with growth. It gets fertilized every spring. I trim it back hard every year. They reward me, come back with tons of fruit. Now what I will do, down in here, this is way down in the center of the bush, and I'm only showing you this one bush, but honestly both of them are pretty much the same. Actually, let me slip around here and I can show you. See all that growth down there? It's really not going to mount to anything. It's just going to sap the plant. And what I will do is, in the past, if I've got a market for it, I will cut those. They are extremely easy to root, especially this time of year in the heat. Cut all the leaves off except for about half of one, so they don't expire too much moisture. You don't want a lot of leaves on a cutting like that because they just dry the cutting out. But those are very prolific, very easy to root, and can be a good income source. Look at these. Nice. Right here. So we're in July. I usually start getting figs in like August or so, but maybe a little bit earlier this year. Just covered in figs. And oops, sorry, I almost dropped you. This is a bush that I really do not spend a lot of time on. And I'm going to show it to you. There it is. Hour or so in the spring to prune them. Hour or so to just trim them up, clean up all the weeds, and give them a good shot of, I usually just give them cow manure, bagged cow manure, something that I hopefully from the store that hopefully I know won't be bringing in a bunch of weird stuff along with it. And that's about it. And look at these leaves. Again, I always say this when I talk about figs. If you have any kind of allergies to latex, you do not want to be fooling with figs. Look how big that leaf is. That is enormous, and that is a great sign that we're gonna have a good harvest. And these leaves can be dried, taken sparingly as a tea, crushed, and they actually help with digestive issues. I'm not going to get into how you do it. I'm not a doctor, and I don't play one on TV either. But I have used it myself, and that's been my experience. So I'm not suggesting anyone take medical advice from me or take any kind of advice from me. I'm just showing you what I do. So the other thing I've heard, and I never do this, if you have a fig bush, see this lateral end here? So just like I showed you with the, it's so hard to see the screen, I'm sorry. Just like I showed you with the blackberries, if we trim these off, pinch that off, then that's the growing tip. Then the plant is going to, on that branch, it will start putting much more energy into developing and growing the fruit. Will help get nice size, good, really big figs, as well as be prolific with the number of figs. If you see that white right there, let's see if I can get you focused. See that white sap in there? That's the latexy stuff that if you are sensitive to latex or allergic to, especially this time of year, it runs just like water. It's very, very milky and very not very viscous. You get that on you and you're going to have a rash if you have a latex issue. So take these tips, you can break them off, you can cut them off, snip them off, and maybe I can get that off. There we go. There's another one. Again, there's the Milky Sap. Break that off, and then for this plant, for this branch growing up here, and again, look at this. Wow, look at this. So there's where I cut it back, and there's all the growth we've gotten just this spring. Amazing. So figs, and I'll tell you one other thing. I'm so excited with figs. I love figs. We've planted 5 more. These are Black Mission figs. Just got them in. They actually went in last fall, covered them with mulch in a 5-gallon bucket, and this spring they took off. And so they're just kind of doing their thing. I think they're probably putting in decent roots because they don't have a lot of topside growth. But I did actually plant 4 more fig bushes, so now I'm going to have a total of 6. I don't expect these new ones to produce a thing this year. However, next year I suspect they will start. And then here's our other bush. Same deal as the first one, brown turkey, and it's just covered in, holy cow, just covered in figs. I can't wait. Another month or so, and we will be having figs galore. I make preserves out of them. We eat them fresh with cream. I eat them every way. So that's my little tip. Hope it helps. And stay safe, stay prepared. Have a good 4th of July, because it is still the 4th of July when I'm filming this. And I will see you on the next video. And Daisy says goodbye. Bye.